And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for the brand new, officially today nominated film, 1917. That's right, 1917 literally just got nominated today, among a lot of other great films that have been nominated. Now, this is a movie I was looking forward to seeing, but you know how some Oscar type movies they come out select theaters, and then you gotta wait about another 1,000 years for it to come out to regular folks like us who can't go to Hollywood to go see it early, or into the city wherever they are. So it took me a while to finally watch this movie, and I finally got to see this movie. And the director of this movie is Sam Mendes, and it tells the story of these two soldiers from World War I who need to go to the front lines to warn other soldiers that they're pretty much going into a trap. And these two guys, they're young cadets, they're young, they literally have to go through enemy territory, if you will, and they pretty much have to give the message to the other troops, tell them, hey, listen, guys, you guys are going into this trap tomorrow. Don't be going in there. You guys can't. We got orders from the captain and from the general, sorry, that you guys can't go there. So their mission is pretty much to go in there and explain to them what's going on. Now, like I said, the whole movie is literally just them two going on the journey. They get a couple, they run into some barbed wire, they run into some some explosive stuff. They run into some, kind of hiccups, if you will, and they basically have to survive and basically deliver the message. That's what this movie's about. Now, when I watched the movie, I was like, okay, World War I movie. This looks like it could be a lot of fun. There's not a lot of movies that really explain a lot about the First World War. I mean, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other ones, but not as they're not as talked about as like how World War II is, or World War II movies. They come out once in a while, different versions of what happened during the first attack or whatever, or Pearl Harbor gets attacked or whatever, Midway, that has to do with World War II. That's more of the most iconic war that always gets translated into film. But World War One is a tricky one. World War One is very not, I guess, I don't want to say not known. It's known, but a lot of people don't remember it as much. Obviously, the people who are probably still alive today who actually fought in that war, and I thank you for them. I thank them for the service. But a lot of people, when they look back about war, they always mention World War II, Vietnam, and all that stuff, and of course Afghanistan stuff today. But like I said, World War One is not as talked about anymore, and that's a shame because World War One it's the war that started everything. So I mean, besides Revolutionary War, that's a totally different war, but still. So, like I said, this movie was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed it. This movie's not exactly like, oh, your big action scenes, or you're gonna see some guys shoot some machine guns. If you like those type of war movies where you see a lot of action and suspense, just that kind of stuff. This movie is more about these two guys who are kind of like brothers, because the military people, they're all like brothers and sisters there, and they have to watch each other's back to basically help their other fellow brothers on the other lines who are fighting for their lives and protecting themselves, not only themselves and the country that they're defending, but they have to go and warn them. And that's the whole journey of them. These two guys, they literally have to do that. And I enjoyed it. I like the suspense of it. You wonder, like, okay, are they gonna make it to their destination? Are they gonna warn these guys in time? Are they gonna get into a bloodbath? Are they gonna fail? Is something gonna happen to them before they even get there? It's one of those kind of movies, It's not, like I said before, it's not exactly like, oh my god, a lot of machine guns, action, tanks coming, airplanes, or whatever. It's not like a World War II movie where okay, World War II, like how Saving Private Ryan, that opening shot, yeah, you know what you're getting with that movie. Guns, explosions, guys dying, literally. This movie, like I said before, is really about these two guys, and they have to basically complete their mission. And you wonder, do they do it? You have to watch the movie to find out. Like I said, I enjoyed this movie for what it was. It was not exactly what I was hoping it would be. I thought this movie would have maybe some you know, action scenes. So like a war movie, you figure a war movie would have a lot of big explosions and all that stuff. This movie, not so much. I don't know how realistic that is, because in war, I feel like if you walk out somewhere and out of your base, you're gonna get shot because from the enemy. But this movie, not as much action. There are a couple of shootouts here and there, but nothing like gory, like how if you watch Saving Private Ryan, if you remember that movie very well, or yeah, nothing like that. This movie makes that movie look like more violent than ever. But anyway, I still enjoy it. There are some scenes here I felt, first of all, this movie feels kind of long, especially when, there's nothing really happening. You're just following the story. And it could drag on a little bit. It could drag on. So that could be a negative for me right there. It does drag on, especially like I said before, nothing's happening except these guys just walking in the open field and they're just trying to get to their destination. And you understand the bondness between these two guys. They're friends. One of the guys he has his brother on the other side, and he's got to warn not only his fellow soldiers, his brothers in arms, but his actual brother, his blood. He has to go help his brother. So you get their story, and you want to know if they're gonna make it or not. But it's one of those kind of stories. But like I said, it was still a very good movie. Visually, I enjoyed what it looks like. Just feels like I was actually in that war. It was very, very impactful, I guess you could say. There are a couple of moments that are like, oh wow, are they gonna make it or they're not? But like I said, since it's really nothing action packed, and some movies, you don't need action, but sometimes I feel, especially for war movies, maybe you should, to give the suspense more. There were moments where they're like, you biting your nails, like, oh, what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here? And then nothing happens. But it's like, oh, okay. But the intensity did rise up a little bit, but then it goes back down to being just these two guys walking in fields of nothingness. But I still appreciate the movie. I thought it was pretty good. Do I think it deserves to win the Oscar? My opinion, no. If it was me, it was up to me giving these awards out because it got nominated for Best Picture. I would say no. Only because this movie, to me, it wasn't like as great as like Ford versus Ferrari, Joker, Parasite, those kind of movies. Those movies, Jojo Rabbit. I feel like those movies had more, they were more impactful than this one. But not to say that, there are people out there who love this movie more. I get that. That's cool. But for me, it didn't work. As like it wasn't that amazing. I still enjoyed it. I liked it, but I can't say that this is the Best Picture nomination winner. It's gonna win. I know that for a fact. It's going to win the Oscar for Best Picture. The direction of this movie, I understand what the director was going for, and I appreciate that. And I can say, yeah, he can win it, for sure. I wouldn't argue that he won't win it. He's gonna win it as well. I feel like he's gonna win. I kind of wish Tom Phillips would win, but let's see what happens. That's a whole different category. But go check out this movie for yourself. 1917 is a very good movie. Like I said, not as great as like all the other great war movies that we have gotten, in the past. Saving Private Ryan, Pearl Harbor, all the Midway. Midway was a very good movie. Especially when you bring in war movies. And, I'm pretty sure there's some World War I type movies out there. Maybe leave me a comment below of those lists. Maybe I'll go check them out myself, see what kind of World War I movies are there out there. But maybe I missed them, but who knows. But for a World War I movie, it's okay. It has its moments where it's like, okay, I understand where you're going with it, but really wasn't my cup of tea. But if it's yours, awesome. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about it, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.